Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about the neurological and neuropsychological examination. Now imagine this. You're a personal injury attorney or paralegal. You have a medical examination tomorrow, and you made sure that your client has freed their schedule. There's nothing that they have to do, and you realize that is a neuropsychological exam. So, what's the main issue? For this type of examination, it lasts 8+ hours. It could continue until the next day. Now, if you're not there and your client is by themselves, they're in a black box with a doctor that does not have their well being in mind. As I said plenty of times on this channel, a medical examination, an independent defense medical exam or compulsory medical exam, are examinations where the physician is paid by the opposite side to do a second go round or a verification to see if your client is actually injured. So they're by themselves in this black box for 8+ hours. What do you think might set in? You have anxiety, you have fatigue, you have some distress, and maybe some leading questions might enter the exam without you being there. That's what they're hoping for, that you don't have the time to go to these examinations. I'm going to explain why, as a nurse observer, we need to be present and assist and be that professional set of eyes inside of the exam room. So go ahead and grab your cup of coffee and let's dive in. Let's start with the neurological medical exam. The neurological examination is performed by the neurologist. Go figure, right? In this examination, a majority of the time, I see the neurologist actually take the vital signs, the blood pressure, the heart rate, oxygen saturation. I don't necessarily see the temperature. And then they also listen to the heart and they listen to the lungs. They want to see what the baseline is when it comes to their client, your client, coming into their clinic. During this examination, we want to make sure that the neurologist is checking the cranial nerves, checking reflexes, assessing senses. So one of the cranial nerves is the olfactory nerve. What they would do is that they would use coffee grinds or lavender to see if they are actually able to smell. A sensory test is using a pinwheel or a cotton ball to see if they are actually able to feel what they're doing. Another tool that they can use is a tuning fork. They will hit their shoe or their hand and put it on their sternum. They will ask the client if they can feel the vibrations bilaterally. Another cranial nerve they would test is acoustics. They will whisper a word in the client's ear and see if they are able to restate that. Now we're going to talk about the the gauntlet, the marathon, the neuropsychological examination, the topic that you guys wanted to hear about. Now, the neuropsychological exam can last 8+ hours. This is an examination that can leave the client fatigued, frustrated, and just ready to quit. This is the relationship between brain and behavior. As a nurse observer, our role can vary from state to state. There are some examiners that allow us to record the entire exam. However, there are some examiners, some of you might know them, that will regulate on what you can record and what you can't. Now, there are three portions to this neuropsychological examination. You have the history portion, where the client is expected to answer all the questions relating to birth all the way to present, which can leave you very tired if you're trying to recall everything that has happened throughout your entire life. The second part is the battery of tests. This will require a standardized test where the client would do it on the computer or on a sheet of paper to see if they're able to achieve good results. Now, this section is usually where some examiners will request that the observer turn off the recording, and then they will come back and let you know when you can turn on the recording because they don't want their standardized test to be online so that others can see what they do and how they can try to beat their test. But last but not least is the personality trap. There are some examiners that will provide a personality question. They will rephrase, reword the question from 10 to 15 times, and then they would try to see if the client catches on or if they are regurgitating the answer again and again and being consistent. This is where our role is critical. We're there to make sure that they have company so that they don't feel that frustration, they don't feel that anxiety, they don't feel that desperation with a physician that they don't know. As an observer, I'm not there to play doctor. I'm not there to provide a diagnosis. I am there because in the state of Florida, under Florida Rule 1.360, I am there to provide the client the right to have an objective observer present at the medical examination. For instance, did the doctor actually use a tuning fork? Did they use the reflex hammer? If the doctor didn't use a reflex hammer on our documentation, however, when you receive the doctor's report, they stated that they used a reflex hammer, you got your smoking gun. You can question the doctor, why is it that, and you can finish the rest. At the end of the day, my job is to make sure that you get your time back and you receive objective data so that you can compare and contrast the reports that you receive. If you are a personal injury attorney or paralegal, workers' compensation, med malpractice, your day is busy enough. You need to have someone on your side, an observer, to go to the medical examinations that last 8+ hours. And this gives you an opportunity to have someone as an expert fact witness. If you want to ensure a professional set of eyes are in the exam room, click our link below and it will take you to our website. Every client that goes to a medical exam should have an objective, clinical driven report to rebut the doctor's report. Don't forget to hit the like button and share this video with your colleagues. My name is Henry June, and I'll see you in the exam room.